I would like to call to order Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education meeting for May 6, 2025. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Burns?
Here.
Ms. Davis?
Here.
Mr. Weinberner?
Here.
Ms. Helms?
Here.
Ms. Zinser?
Here.
Dr. Vinson?
Here.
Mr. Noble?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. And if we could all, good evening, or early evening, if we all stand and do the pledge, please. Great, thank you, everyone. So very briefly, my president's report is just we're going to do a bunch of resolutions and things, but a very large thank you to the board as it is currently and to the folks coming on in a few minutes. And it's been my pleasure to be with all of you. It's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed, in a very masochistic way, serving on the board and spending countless hours with all of you through many of the trials and tribulations over the last, I'd say, 4 to 6 years, however it adds up to be with all of you. So there'll be more to say in a moment, but I'd like to move into any public participation at this moment, and this is limited only to items D and E, in regards to the action items and resolutions that are upcoming in this portion of the board meeting. So anything else needs to wait. So if there is some, I'll be more than happy, the board will be more than happy to listen. Okay. Without that, I'd like to move on to the action items. And action item number 1, I'd like to have a motion. May I have a motion to approve the recommendation to restore the East Campus historic windows?
So move. Second.
Any discussion? Okay, to call this out a little bit, Jen, if you don't mind, just a really quick overview. I know we've talked about it numerous times on the windows, but I think the separation and pulling this out, and then also just a little bit about the project and kind of the time frame and what we're actually staring at for everybody. Thanks.
Absolutely. And you're right, this has been a long time coming, but I'm super excited to actually bring this to an actual vote tonight. These are the remaining 88 historical windows, most of which face the front of the high school. Some do wrap a bit around to the back and in the courtyard. This is restoring them to their original beauty. This work is done through Joseph's Woodworking, which is a company that specializes specifically in this type of restoration. This does include and will include over the course of probably up to 4 years. This is not work that is done quickly, but it does include popping windows out slowly over time. So we will take a few out up to 20 at a time at different pieces and over the course of that time, and slowly start transitioning them back in. So you'll see some come out more at the beginning of the summer, and then as they're finished, they will start to come back in over the course of the next year. What that also means, though, is we spent a lot of time this summer working on that logistically, and also what would the high school look like during that time that the windows were out. We had some pretty clear parameters that it would look amazing every single time we had graduation. That was a very hard parameter, that the beginning of the graduation weekend to the end of that weekend, all the beautiful pictures, all the windows will be in every single year. That was the number 1 parameter. So that is in place right now. The second part was what the temporary windows look like. So we did spend some time doing actual physical mock-ups so that it wouldn't look like we were a boarded up school that was being shut down. So they will be a plexiglass, but they also from the road will not look like we're going out of business, so to speak. So they will at least look respectable, and we're proud of that as well. So this will start, like I said, as soon as school is out, and we'll go through the next 4 years.
Thank you so much. And then I think also a little bit of a shout out to the advisory board for the construction and those folks. I think Joe Opstitnik, his passion, Jim, and his passion on the Historical Society. So a lot of great input, and really appreciate all the work. So thank you. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Weinberner?
Aye.
Mr. Noble?
Aye.
Ms. Helms?
Aye.
Dr. Vinson?
Aye.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Ms. Zinser?
Aye.
Mr. Burns?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 2, may I have a motion to approve the referendum Phase 1 furniture purchase?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Also to you, Jen, one more time. And so this, again, from the surveys, I don't know if there's someone else you want to bring in, but again, I think a lot of time from the students and the surveys and the other types of stuff that have gone on to get this first round of furniture in.
This is using the input that we had from students and staff and information we gleaned from our test classrooms and also the additional classrooms that we opened up this past school year. From that which we developed a menu of sorts, and then we brought that out to the departments in the order in which we will be reopening their classrooms this fall. So as you can see from the recommendation that we made, world language is the first classrooms that we expect to open, so therefore we started with those teachers and allowing them to select from the menu what they would like to see specifically in their classrooms. That will be the first round of ordering. We did have some cleanup orders from art. We finished those things because they wanted to live in some of their spaces before they selected all of their furniture. And then our intention is to keep moving. We're going to be on pause for the summer when the teachers are gone, but starting right back in the fall, we're going to look at the classes that we're opening up next, and we're going to do phase after phase after phase because there's no reason to wait on the furniture until the construction is done. Let's get those in, try to avoid some escalation, and also let the current students see some benefit of the referendum, even if the rooms aren't finished. So this is I think the second phase of furniture that the board has approved, but still going to be the second of many.
Thank you again. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Ms. Zenzer?
Aye.
Ms. Helms?
Aye.
Mr. Noble?
Aye.
Mr. Burns?
Aye.
Mr. Weinberner?
Aye.
Dr. Vinson?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. May I have, item number 3, may I have a motion to approve the referendum theater lighting upgrades?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion? Lastly, one more time.
So this is this is a part of the Little Theater and RMA refresh, which is actually scheduled for next summer. We're looking to get the lighting in prior to next summer in order to head off significant cost escalation we are already seeing in the market. Honestly, between our first quote and being able to move forward and execute on this, there was already 14% of escalation in there, and it is going up from there. So we can get this equipment in-house, we can get it in the hands of our students and start using it this year, while also avoiding risk going into next summer.
Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate it. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Can I just ask one question? I mean,
Please.
Jordan, I was thinking about that when we were talking about the furniture. Is there concern? I know this is the second round of furniture, but there's more to come. I know we don't have a crystal ball, but are there other things that you're thinking about kind of moving up in terms of cycle for those reasons?
So we have that discussion every single Wednesday morning at OAC about what we can accelerate, what makes sense to accelerate. We also, of course, are still dealing with where do we store things and how do we implement things. Some things have held stable. Some things have gone up but now have come back down. So it's still somewhat of a guessing game, but we will continue, I know, to talk about it every single week. And if there's something that's advantageous to us, just exactly like the AV equipment, we'll bring it forward.
Anyone else? All right. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Noble?
Aye.
Ms. Helms?
Aye.
Ms. Davis? Aye. Ms. Zenzer?
Aye.
Dr. Vinson?
Aye.
Mr. Burns?
Aye.
Mr. Weinberner?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Thank you. Welcome, Simon and Kat. Good to see you both. Thank you for getting over here early. Appreciate it. So we're going to take the next item, which is a little adoption of a resolution for you two. So I'm going to read this, and then I won't say ditto, but it's basically written for both of you, but I have 2 copies here. Okay, so bear with me. This is we're going to do I say ask for the motion yet, or no? I have to read it first, right?
You can read them first and ask.
I will read it first. All right, so bear with me. Whereas Catherine, Kat Yakes, and Simon Back have faithfully served as the 2024-2025 Student Body President and Vice President of Lake Forest High School, respectively, and as the first formal student representatives to the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education. Whereas Kat Yates, and Simon Back have elevated the role of student voice within the district through monthly updates to the Board of Education, active involvement in student council leadership, and thoughtful collaboration with administrators, staff, and their peers. Whereas Kat, and a fourth-generation Scout, has brought creativity and heart to her leadership, launching special guest Fridays to morning announcements, expanding the Student Council Executive Board, mentoring younger students through Link Crew, actively participating in multiple clubs and sports, including Scout Buddies, and connecting families across communities through her annual holiday drive. Whereas Simon, an accomplished student athlete, multilingual enthusiast, and TEDx LFHS speaker, has led with purpose, excelling in cross-country volleyball and is a two-time state qualifier diver, while also mentoring English learners and modeling a spirit of teamwork through his wide-ranging involvement in clubs, including Scholastic Bowl and FCA. Whereas Kat and Simon have each balanced rigorous academic schedules, extracurricular commitments, and service roles with integrity, courage, and deep-rooted belief in their importance of community, kindness, and student advocacy. Whereas the contributions of Kat and Simon to student life at Lake Forest High School are recognized and deeply appreciated by the District 115 Board of Education and the school community they have so faithfully served. Therefore, be it resolved that the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education expresses for itself, as well as for the parents, guardians, students, staff, faculty, and citizens of Lake Forest, Lake Bluff, and Knollwood, its gratitude to Kat and Simon for their steadfast work as Lake Forest High School student leaders. Be it further resolved that the District 115 Board of Education wishes Kat and Simon only the best as they begin their college careers next fall at the University of Mississippi and Washington and Lee Universities, respectively. Signed this day, 6th day of May, 2025. Thank you so much. So before I do that, may I have a motion to adopt the resolution for Student Body President Kat and Simon, Vice President Simon?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? No. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Zinser?
Aye.
Dr. Vinson?
Aye.
Mr. Noble?
Aye.
Mr. Weinberner?
Aye.
Ms. Helms?
Aye.
Ms. Davis? Aye. Mr. Burns?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. All right. So the next one is going to be an adoption of some resolutions for some retiring board members. So we're going to start with Dr. Venson.
Whereas Dr. John Venson has faithfully served the students, staff, and families of Lake Forest Community High School District 115 as a board member from 2021 to 2025. Whereas Dr. Venson has served as secretary of the Board of Education since 2023 and as a member of the Education Committee from 2021 to 2024. Whereas Dr. Venson represented District 115 Board of Education on the True North Educational Cooperative 804 Leadership Council, working to support inclusive education and services for students with disabilities. Whereas Dr. Venson has used his decades of leadership experience in education to guide the board's decision-making, always keeping the focus on student-centered policies and outcomes. Whereas Dr. Venson advocated for preparing students for a rapidly changing post-COVID world where digital and virtual learning will continue to play a significant role in shaping educational experiences. Whereas Dr. Venson's dedication to supporting student outcomes, academic achievement, and the overall well-being of students has greatly contributed to the strength of District 115's educational programs. Whereas Dr. Venson has committed himself to giving back to the community that has shaped his family's life and ensuring that Lake Forest High School remains a top-tier institution for his grandchildren and future generations. Whereas Dr. Venson's dedication to the work of the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education is sincerely appreciated. Therefore, be it resolved that the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education expresses for itself, as well as for the parents, guardians, students, staff, and faculty and residents of Lake Forest, Lake Bluff, and Knollwood, its deepest appreciation and gratitude to Dr. John Venson for his steadfast work to advance the quality of education, engagement, and inclusion for all students in our community. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be entered permanently into the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education minutes.
Do it once. So the next one for Mr. Burns. So whereas Mr. David Burns has faithfully served the students, staff, and families of Lake Forest Community High School District 115 as a board member from 2021 to 2025. Whereas Mr. Burns has served as chair of the Finance Committee since 2023. Whereas Mr. Burns has been a member of the Policy Committee since 2023. Whereas Mr. Burns joined the board with a deep commitment to supporting all students and contributing meaningful to the continued excellence of Lake Forest High School. Whereas Mr. Burns has strengthened board engagement with the broader community through his role as liaison to parent organizations, fostering open communications and collaborative problem solving. Whereas Mr. Burns has been a passionate advocate for student well-being, has championed data-driven decision-making and long-term planning in support of student-centered policies and continuous improvement. Whereas Mr. Burns has served his community as an assistant scoutmaster, nonprofit board member, member of Lake Bluff Joint Planning Commission and Zoning Board of Appeals, reflecting a lifelong commitment to thoughtful leadership and civic involvement. Whereas Mr. Burns' dedication to the work of the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education is sincerely appreciated. Therefore, be it resolved that the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education expresses for itself, as well as for the parents, guardians, students, staff, faculty, and residents of Lake Forest, Lake Bluff, and Knollwood, its deepest appreciation and gratitude to Mr. David Burns for his steadfast work to advance the quality of education, engagement, and inclusion for all students in our community. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be entered permanently into the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education minutes, signed 6th day of May, 2025.
Whereas Ms. Sally Davis has faithfully served the students, staff, and families of Lake Forest Community High School District 115 as a board member from 2015 to 2025. Whereas Ms. Davis has served as board vice president from 2019 to 2023. Whereas Ms. Davis has served as chair of the Finance and Operations Committee from 2019 to 2021 and as a member of the Policy Committee since 2021. Whereas Ms. Davis has served as the board's liaison to EdRed, advocating on behalf of suburban school districts at the legislative level and championing the needs of public education in Springfield. Whereas Ms. Davis was recognized as a master board member by the Illinois Association of School Boards, a testament to her excellence in governance and her deep investment in board development and continuous improvement. Whereas Ms. Davis served as a member of the 2021 Joint Superintendent Selection Committee and has supported the district by lending her professional legal expertise to board policy development and played a key role in multiple contract negotiations where she consistently balanced fiscal responsibility with fairness. Whereas Ms. Davis has extended her commitment to student growth and school engagement by supporting LFHS Applause, mentoring young entrepreneurs through the LFHS Business Incubator, and fostering leadership as advanced chair for Boy Scout Troop 46. Whereas Ms. Davis's dedication to the work of the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education is sincerely appreciated. Therefore, be it resolved that the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education expresses for itself, as well as for the parents, guardians, students, staff, faculty, and residents of Lake Forest, Lake Bluff, and Knollwood, its deepest appreciation and gratitude to Ms. Sally Davis for her steadfast work to advance the quality of education, engagement, and inclusion for all students in our community. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be entered permanently into the Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education minutes.
All right, so may I have a motion to adopt the resolutions for retiring board members David Burns, Sally Davis, and Dr. John Venson?
So moved.
Second.
May I have a roll call vote, please? Yeah, we can have a discussion. It says so, any discussion, and there's a question mark, so we can do that. Go ahead.
Well, you guys have had to listen to me speak up and extend meetings before, so this should be no surprise. And I've listened to Matt and his superintendent reports, that are not always very concise. So too bad you're going to have to listen to mine now too. So, all right. Well, it's been an honor and a privilege to be on the school board for these past 4 years. I'm very grateful for the community who elected me and gave me the opportunity to act on their behalf, to focus on our student outcomes while spending resources responsibly. Over the past 4 years, I feel like we've made great progress in listening to the community's vision, creating a strategic and action plan to make significant impacts to the students' experiences, as well as metrics to measure our effectiveness of achieving our goals. That being said, there is still much work to be done to achieve these goals, especially during these uncertain times. I've been very lucky to be on this board with these 6 wonderful people. Although we've each had different perspectives on issues that came up and decisions to be made, we've always truly listened, considered, and learned from each other as we have had civil discussions and debates to critically analyze the topics in front of us. Although we may not have agreed all the time, no matter where we landed, we together would support the board's majority decision. In addition to the board members, I've had great experiences working with the administration. Matt has always been available and more than willing to talk through any questions, concerns, or just hearing me vent about something I think we need to do better. He has been calm, patient, a great listener, and appreciates feedback to make even the smallest improvements. Given our partnership with the administration, along with receiving feedback from staff, students, and the community, I'm very proud of the work and improvements over the past 4 years that are improving our students' educational experiences. Here are just a few of the accomplishments: the One Lake Forest High School Statement, the Portrait of a Learner vision work, the strategic plan, the metrics and goals for our effectiveness, creating a level of trust from the community to approve the referendum, and our ability to maintain a diverse and expansive scope of programming for our students, along with substantial student services for a variety of needs, all with very little funding at a federal or state level. I can honestly leave the board today without any worry, knowing that the district is positioned for a great future and our students are in an environment that is one of the best, if not the best, school in the state for a variety of reasons that will only get better with years to come. Thank you again, community, fellow board members, and District 115 for allowing me to serve in this role.
Thank you, Dave. You certainly may.
Dr. Ben. I thought a lot about this. I have 3 things. The first is that it has been an honor and a privilege to serve this board. and to serve our community and our students. The second is that I have learned something from every single one of you, and I would be happy after this to tell you the lessons I have taken away from you, many of which were, no, nice, but private, personal, and this is really important, particularly for the faculty who we sat across the table from. I saw, particularly also during COVID, I saw moments of great integrity. I saw moments of great ethical, a sense of where their ethical true north is. And the way I measure a successful appointment like this is that I came away having learned something and being humbled by what I saw and what I experienced. And the last thing is, every time I got mad at you guys, and every time I got mad at the people that came to these meetings, all I had to do is think about my interactions that I had had with the students, and it was entirely worth it. Our students are phenomenal. They are ready to launch into the world. They are so smart. They are so self-assured. And I learned more from them when I got to sit with them than all of the rest of you combined. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for this opportunity.
I thought about it as well, and maybe an advantage of going third is that I can say, like they said. And I won't try to repeat it all, but I do remember Annie just said, can you believe it's 4 years? No, I can't believe it's been 4 years. It's been a very fast time. I remember speaking in the auditorium about why I wanted to be a school board member, and part of it was because how well my children did here. And I wanted to give back to the community through the high school because I was very proud of how they did. And I'm very proud of where I'm leaving it. And I'm hoping that students who come in our footsteps will continue to do as well as they have and will continue to shine and make this community the best community to live in.
Well, thank you to all three of you. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Dr. Vinson,
Aye.
Ms. Davis,
Aye.
Ms. Helms,
Aye.
Mr. Burns,
Aye.
Mr. Weinberner,
Aye.
Mr. Noble,
Aye.
Ms. Zinser.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Tiana. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda, including items 1 through 5, please?
So moved.
Second.
May I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Helms,
Aye.
Mr. Weinberner,
Aye.
Mr. Noble,
Aye.
Dr. Vinson,
Aye.
Ms. Zinser,
Aye.
Ms. Davis,
Aye.
Mr. Burns.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Thank you. And then we are to step and do the reorganization, retiring board member education. So reorganization of the board. So before I kick you out, acknowledgement of receipt of the Lake County election results regarding school board election. The Lake Forest Community High School District 115 Board of Education acknowledges receipt of the certified election results from the County Clerk of Lake County, Illinois, for the Board of Education elections. Based on these results, 4 candidates shall be seated with 4-year terms: Amy Connell Donahue, Gail Gamrath, Annie Garrity Helms, and Robert Silve. All right, so if I could have you three stand up, and Annie as well, yes. So we'll let you walk around or however you want to do it. Or you stand right there if you like. Yeah, so we're going to let you all start, and so I don't have, so you'll read together kind of in unison at a nice little pace. So, all right, let Annie, you want, yes, sir, Jen, you can do it, so go ahead.
encourage and respect the free expression of opinion by my fellow board members and others who seek a hearing before the board, while respecting the privacy of students and employees. I shall recognize that a board member has no legal authority as an individual and that decisions can be made only by a majority vote at a public board meeting. And I shall abide by majority decisions of the board while retaining the right to seek changes of such decisions through ethical and constructive channels. As part of the Board of Education, I shall accept the responsibility for my role in the equitable and quality education of every student in the school district. I shall foster with the board extensive participation in the community, formulate goals, define outcomes, and set the course for the Lake Forest Community High School District 115. I shall assist in establishing a structure and an environment designed to ensure all students have the opportunity to attain their maximum potential through a sound organizational framework. I shall strive to ensure a continuous assessment of student achievement and all conditions affecting the education of our children in compliance with state law. I shall serve as education's key advocate on behalf of students and our community schools to advance the vision for Lake Forest Community High School District 115. And I shall strive to work together with the district superintendent to lead the school district toward fulfilling the vision of the board has created, fostering excellence for every student in the areas of academic skills, knowledge, citizenship, and personal development.
Thank you. Congratulations. We have lots of goodies.
Yes, ma'am. I probably have more. I probably have some as vice president and some other.
You may take whichever one of the trees you wish. All right. All right, so now we jump into election and appointment of the officers. And so may I have a nomination for the office of President for District 115, a Board of Education?
I nominate John Noble for District 115 Board President.
Second.
Any discussion? May I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Weinberner?
Aye.
Mr. Noble?
Aye.
Mr. Silve?
Aye.
Ms. Gamrett?
Aye.
Ms. Connell Donahue? Ms. Zinser?
Aye.
Ms. Helms?
Aye.
Motion carries.
May I have a nomination for the office of Vice President of the District 115 Board of Education? I nominate Annie Helms, Garrity Helms.
Second?
Any discussion? May I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Helms?
Aye.
Mr. Silve?
Aye.
Ms. Zinser?
Aye.
Ms. Connell Donahue? Mr. Weinberner?
Aye.
Mr. Noble?
Aye.
Ms. Gamrett?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And then may I have a nomination for the office of Secretary for District 115 Board of Education? And I nominate Amy Connolly Donahue, is that right, saying it right? Okay, sorry.
Second.
Any discussion? May I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Zinser?
Aye.
Mr. Weinberner?
Aye.
Ms. Gamrith?
Aye.
Mr. Noble?
Aye.
Mr. Sylvie?
Aye.
Ms. Helms?
Aye.
Ms. Connell Donahue?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And then footnote for E, the following members have been appointed to the following positions. So the Policy Committee, Annie Garrity Helms, Robert Silve, and Gail Gamrath. True North Cooperative, Amy Connell Donahue. Ed Red, John Noble, and parent organizations will be, as we've been doing, as needed, based on when they come to us in terms of supporting the organizations. Footnote, though, I would say that on the education side, even though we're doing committee as a whole, Gail has been kind enough to lead that with Jenny being her assistant on that. And then on finance, Dewey Weinbrenner leading that charge on our committee as a whole, with Rob Silve kind of being the second on that. So I think that's it. So we will take some photos, have some cake, and then we'll jump into the education committee in about 10 to 15 minutes at 5:30. All right.
So Tom has instructions for you guys for your headshots also.